abortion or life, pro-choice or pro-life. Those are the thoughts that comes in a woman's mind when she's picking between having an abortion or keeping the baby. Abortion is not the best option, but it's always a reason to give life. I'm credible to speak on this subject because I have friends and family who's both chosen abortions and both chosen life. The topics I'm going to be speaking about is what an abortion is, reasons for having an abortion, and reasons not to have an abortion, and then options to explore when you decide not to. Planned Parenthood defines an abortion as a new choice to a woman wishing to terminate a pregnancy. Abortions are done within the first 28 weeks of pregnancy. The reason for that being is because within the first 28 weeks, a woman or the baby has developing its arms, legs, as well as organs. Most of the time, within the 28-week period, you'll see a gender there as well. There are two forms of abortion. Dr. Watson of the University of Phoenix says that there are two forms of abortion. The abortion pill, which you take by mouth, and vacuum aspiration, which involves sucking out the embryo from a woman's body itself. Now, reasons why women have abortions. Women have abortion because of two things: raped and unplanned pregnancy. 43% of women who are raped, or 43% of pregnant women who are raped, 43% end up having a baby. And this is from the Journal of Forensic Psychology. 50% of the women who are raped and become pregnant, 50% of them have abortions. 11% of them are spontaneous abortions done within the first week or the first month of them finding out they are pregnant. 5% of rape pregnancies end up in adoptions. Now the next one being unplanned pregnancy. 36% of women between the ages of 15 and 44 have had unplanned pregnancies at some point in time in their life, and this is from a CNN stat taken in 2014. Now, reasons to keep the baby. Women who do go through an abortion experience emotions like this, such as guilt, anxiety, reliving the event, and from reliving the event, they have things such as alcohol and drug abuse, an inability to bond with other children, as well as suicidal thoughts over time. Women who do have abortions, either one or multiple, at some point in time in their life, they may experience reproductive damage and a lack of ability to have children. Now, another reason to keep the baby is because you never know what could happen. You never know who the child could be. You could be having the next child that has the cure for cancer. You could be producing the next best famous athlete, or you can also be producing the next president. Tim Tebow and Jack Nicholson in a USA Today interview stated that their parents were on the fence about having them and borderline almost had an abortion. Tim Tebow is a famous, well-known quarterback and MLB player, and Jack Nicholson is a world famous and legendary golfer. Now, other options for when you do decide to keep the baby. You can have things such as adoption. Most women, after having the child, do decide to keep the baby. It's hard for women to give up their children once they see their face for the first time. If you do decide to keep the baby and you're raising on your own, there's things such as assistance agencies, such as like Social Security, food benefits that you get for having children, and just other government assistances that are provided for those in low economic housing. You also have the support of friends and family. Friends and family are always going to be there for you, even when you think they're not. Friends and family are always there for the newborn child, and they're always there to help. And if you don't have friends and family, there's always churches, your neighbors, community around you that are always willing to help and are always willing to take care of you and the child. Stats show that most women are raising a single child, not really men. So there's a lot more agencies and a lot more things to help women who are raising children on their own. The closing statement that I'm going to give you is that there's always a reason to choose life. Life is something that is in God's hands to take or to give away. There's always a way, and if you cannot provide the way for yourself, there's always help around you. That's it. I was like 50.